this, or her and I did this program already. So, so I don't know if she's coming back or not. So we're going to go ahead and share the screen with you. Oops, I was looking at movies on. All right, so then I need to find my, where's he at? So this will be your last class, by the way, too. There's no final exam or anything like that. So I'll start grading papers and that, or for all my classes starting Saturday, and I'll probably run through next week. At some point, I'll probably email you that says your grade's available through e-services, okay? So you'll just log into e-services. Come on. And your grade will be there. And if you have most of your programs in and everything, your grade should be pretty decent, I would think. You should about know what your grade is, pretty much. No surprises, no surprises. All right, so let's go to File, New Project. And I think tonight I'll call it Acme Max Matrix or something. Acme Matrix is fine. And we'll just go ahead and stub this in over here. Okay. I'm just going to save that. And I'm going to copy this so I can paste it into the class. That's all you need right here for right now. All you need for right now. So we're going to go up here, add a file. Oh, great. Can you guys hear me? Hello?
Yeah. Yeah, I got you. Yeah, I can hear you.
Yep, we can hear you.
All right.
Can you hear us?
I can. And we're going to go over here to Java class and hit next. And we'll just call this matrix. And again, I use a name that's usually a single noun when I create my classes because they're objects. And just going to paste that other stuff in here. And then this will be just matrix here. So it looks something like that. Change the wording if you want. Okay, we're going to import the I'm going to use my random library versus the math one. And I'm going to add some variables in here. And one called int row, int column. And then int max row, int max column, int max number, so it can't be that. I'm going to make my int max row 0, 0, because I know that would be the first place. And in fact, that will be the biggest number, at least for the first random number that's generated will always be the max for a moment at least at 0, 0. And let's create an array of integers. Something to that effect. I haven't instantiated it yet. Okay, that looks good. I'm not going to create a default because I know what I want to do in this one. I just want to send a number over. And again, like I said, this is going to be a square grid. So I only need one number from the instantiation. So this thing is going to be public matrix. And then, and size. If I wanted a rectangle, then I'd have to bring in two numbers, one for rows, one for columns. And let's create our grid now. So my grid is going to be equal to a new int. This will be size. This will be size. And then random number or instantiate random. I'll give a 0 through 100, 0 through 99 for our random numbers. They will be whole numbers. And then row is going to be equal to size. And column will be equal to size. That's good. Again, I could move some of these down into here, but and I probably should put private in front of these. Let's do that, see what happens. You're going to tell me what you've done with it. Well, I don't want it to be final. See it, then I'm going to take them back out because I don't like the warning message. All right, well, that's it. So let's go down. So now I need a nested loop because it's a two-dimensional array, and I want to fill the array up. So what is it going to read? Well, it's going to be, say, 4. Row is equal to 0. Row is less than grid length. And then row plus plus on this one. And then nested inside of our column is equal to 0. Column is less than, and this will be grid square bracket 0 as a placeholder for the second dimension of length. And that'll be column plus plus. So now we have that nested inside there. So we can start, so grid row column is going to be assigned the value from RND next int. Oh, this is where my 100 goes. I'm going to pull that out of the other. I want it up there. And that's better. So that'll fill this right here. This would fill my grid or fill my 9 or 100 elements in my array. But I want to output them at the same time because I want it to look pretty. So I'm going to say here, system.out.print. I'm going to do this with printf just because I want it to be like this. I want it to do a integer, which is a D. And then I'm going to put a tab after that number every time. And then we're going to go ahead here and put grid row and column. Okay. And I've already tested that, so I know that this is going to come out really nice with 2-digit numbers in that. If, in fact, I didn't do this, if I try to do with spaces, it doesn't come out real pretty. Okay? So now that I've got that, I need to assign maximum to 0, 0. So if the row is equal to 0 and the column is equal to 0, I only need to do one thing, and that's put the max number in because it already has row and column as 0. We initialized them as that. So this would be max number is equal to grid. Oh, should copy this. I don't know. Assign that. Just copy that so I have that in my type it again. So that's all that needs to go in there. Again, because our 0, 0 location is already defined here, up here. So we know for at least right now, the first time through, that that location is in fact the largest number. Let's see, else if max number is less than that, we want to do something else. We want to save 3 things. What happened here? Oh, I put it in. Less than. Then we want to say max number is equal to that. And then we want to record max row will be assigned row. Max column will be equal to column at the time it reaches that point. So now we have all of our information. We've created our grid. Okay. Now we want it to look pretty. So here it's running 10 times or 9 times. So once it's ran that many times, we want to put in the next row. So all we're going to do here is go system out print line. And that'll add the next row every 10 numbers or every 3 numbers, depending on what we're doing. And when we're all done, we want to display our findings. Next num here. That'll be, then we'll do and let's do this, parentheses, max row plus 1. Because then the user won't be confused by any 0, like row 0, column 0. It'll start at column 1, column 2, column 3, through column 10, and row through column row 10. And same thing here. You can't just put row plus. You can't do this without parentheses, because if you did, and max row was 5, this would show 51, because it would think it's a string. So you have to do the math before you add it to the string that we want to print out. Do the math first. Okay. Save this and wait for you guys.
I'm all good.
Also,
Same here, I'm
all
good.
Also good.
All right. Sounds like almost everybody's good. So once we have this, it's very, again, we could have split this up and had where we create our grid, okay, in one procedure, and then we could have another procedure that goes in and finds it, and we could add another procedure that displays the output once we're done, okay? Instead of doing that, I just put it all right in the constructor this time. So I'm going to go back to my Acme matrix here, and all I have to do is this matrix, my matrix is equal to a new matrix, and I'll do the 10 first. What's going here? Oh, no. That shouldn't be, those should be parentheses. There we go. All right, save that real quick, run it. All right, so the maximum number it found was 99. It's in row 4, column 8. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It's right there. Run it again. This time the number's 97. It's in row 3, number 4. And you can see it's right there. And like I said, I'm not worried if you have a duplicate down below. You just can't have a number that's higher than your maximum down below. So then what I'm going to do is show you this. Let's see. I'm going to just make this 3 now. And you can see our number is 98 this time. And it's right here in row 2, column 3 is 98. So the question now is, does anybody have one that does not work?
So mine does a weird thing where it's the same every time I run it.
Okay. That's strange.
Actually, mine
Very much so.
well.
Because your random should be outside the So it's reinstantiated every time you run this program right now. So it shouldn't be the same all the time. You should have this and this.
My mistake was that I did not take the 100 out of the first random when it was instantiated.
Yeah, that was my fault, not yours. Yeah, if you have that.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. So now how's everybody doing? And you can even go.
Yep, I get new random numbers.
Oops. You can do 100. So you can see that it works. Here, the row location is actually the 90th position in the first row. So if we scroll up 99 rows up here, and then start scrolling across, 99 should be in that first row at the 90th position. Right there. So it'll work even with bigger numbers. Somebody did 1,000 by 1,000. It takes a while because that's a million numbers it has to generate. If you do 1,000 by 1,000, right? This right now generated 10,000 numbers. Okay, 100 times 100. So that's basically it. Now all you have to do is you should have a menu here that just says, you know, basically, do you want to do a 10 by 10 would be one choice. A 3 by 3 would be another choice. And the last choice would be to quit. And that's basically all you need to do. And inside of those, all I would do really is all you have to do is this line of code. And in one of them, you'll put a 10, and in the other one, you'll put a 3. Or you can even do that in the menu and then put that variable in. It doesn't matter. I don't care if you hard code a literal in here in your menu and you just have this statement. You could have this statement twice. Once if they press a 10 by 10 matrix, and another one if they have a 3 by 3 matrix. You understand what I'm saying? So it's pretty simplistic. Again, the program should run more than once. Some of you guys, your programs, a few people put a menu in, and it still only ran one time. And the last ones I got. What else do you need to do? I think that's pretty much it. You want to put a cute little banner in or something like that. I would just build the menu right here. And here I wouldn't try and put it over in the class.
Okay,
Yeah,
you
not
put
too bad.
your menu in the Acme Matrix page.
Yeah, I'd put it in the Acme Matrix. Is what I would do. Yep. And I mean, it's pretty simplistic. If you do something like that. Something like that. You guys need to practice this stuff. And like I said earlier, you know, if you're going to go on in this, I would not wait more than over the summer to take another Java class, or you're going to forget what you learned this semester, and that's not a good thing.
Is the second class offered over the summer?
No.
Okay.
It is offered in the fall, though. So my suggestion would be to take it in the fall. I know there's 2 sections at least. I think one is an 8-week, I believe. If they haven't finalized that yet. The second one is, of course, a 16. And if you know, if you don't have a reason for taking an 8-week, don't do it. It's brutal. Okay. Well, it would be the same thing if you think what you did this semester, if you did all the programs in that. I offer this class over the summer. Okay. I don't know if I'd take it. And that's the honest truth. Not that you can't get it done. The problem is, why is that not? Oh, it's on the outside done. Is imagine trying to learn all this stuff and doing your best in that short period of time. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that would not be fun.
No. And I need to import a scanner here.
Now the next class after this one, like above this one, do you teach that one as well, or does that move on to a
No,
different
it's
instructor?
Rafiq. It's Rafiq Al Hashimi, and he's really good. He has a doctorate in computer science. He's been teaching for us for a while. Just gonna pop that in there. Do I really want to do that? Think about this for a minute. I guess I was gonna just make them characters, and then I wouldn't have to worry about this. Again, be careful. Some of you guys are misspelling. It's not integer. It's integer. Okay? There's not two R's in integer. What did I do? What's the next thing?
Parentheses after it.
Parentheses, thank you. And then what do I got wrong down here? Print line. Oh, there's a. Then this would be system. Hmm. Anything more than that? My menu's right here. I'm just going to do this. Hello. See how this works. Oh boy. Now it's going to have to be outside. So all we're going to do here is get rid of that. And there. Move in choice outside the loops. There, that's fixed. Those all light up. That looks good. And now we just have to return. User choice. What's going on here? No. Okay, so now so this one will be 3, 10. Something like that, I guess. And another do loop here. Tab that over. See what kind of damage that'll do. I just kind of wing that real quick. So if I put in an A, because that's not a valid entry, I put in a 10, because that is not a valid entry, it brings the thing back up again. If I put in 1, it seems to work. If I put in 1 again, it seems to work. I put in a 2, okay, in line 4, 98. Yeah, it's in the first position. I hit 0, program stops. I get my goodbye message. So I can pretty much live with that. Okay, so whose does it work?
Yeah,
Mine
mine doesn't.
works.
Where,
So if I enter a 1, as soon as I run it, it tells me it's not a valid entry. If I hit 1 again, it'll run a 3x3. And then something screwed up with one of my loops.
you should have a loop here.
Yeah, got that.
Then you have another loop out here.
Huh.
Yes or no?
No, it looks the same.
Okay. And then
I
you,
mean, obviously I'm missing something, otherwise it'd work, but it looks the same.
and then you'd have a loop right here.
I wonder if that's it. That still does it.
Fixed it?
No, it still does it.
Okay, hang on a minute. Oh, yes, it does. Don't pay any attention to that. You have to have it. All right, then I'll stop sharing and you bring yours up.
All right.
Hang on. Okay, you're good.
Whoa, man. Give me a second. I got a million screens open here. There we go. All right, you see it?
We do. Okay. Close your, so we can see more of your screen. Your output, close your output. All right, stop. You got a semicolon at the end of your while loop.
This one?
Yep,
Oh, shit. Thank you.
yep. Try it now. Whoops.
Give me just a second here.
Anybody else?
Oh, mine runs.
Cool.
I'm good.
All right. So basically, all you're going to do now is put this in your portfolio. Don't wait. Just put it in there and it'll be done for Friday. We already did the rental car last week. If you didn't do that with us, the video should be out there. You do it from the video. And so basically, we did both homework assignments for this week. You want a little extra credit? There's another one out there. I think it's the green something bar or something tavern. a Green Lantern Tavern or something from The Hobbit. You can get some extra credit points for that one. It's not too much different than when we created the car from vehicle and that. Okay, anybody got any questions that I need to stick around for? And that's it.
Yeah, I don't think so. Thanks, Doug.
Thanks, you guys.
Thanks, Doug.
Thanks, Doug.
It's been my pleasure having you. Okay.
Yeah, thanks for a good semester.
Thanks,
Had a good
man.
time, man.
I hope you guys enjoyed it.
Yeah, stay safe.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
It looks like I'm going to be
Everything.
home for the summer and the fall, so